Dynamite the Light. And we got some good progression. I have to say this. If everyone's saying this was an incredible show, I can understand. But I'm seeing it from a point of view of what did we really get compared to how much action we got. And we got progression for more than a few people here. Now, is it great progression? For some of them, no. But there is some good progression and a regression because of one person that's kind of pissing me off. Let's open with Orange Cassidy. Well, actually, wait, I should take that back. Let's open with Darby Allin. Darby Allin does a vid pack before we get the AR Fox and Orange Cassidy match, talking about his life when he met AR Fox. And when he was talking about, hey, I heard about this guy. I heard he's got a really good school. He really knows how to teach. I went to where he lived, and literally, I knew this is the style I wanted to learn. This is the way I wanted to be. But I was living in my car. And he figured out eventually, when he started asking me questions, that I was living in a car. He said, pretty much, this guy just said, live in my home for free. He has the utmost respect for AR Fox. And that is the reason why he deserved this shot. Now, when we go to the match, it was, as average, a very high, well, how can I say this? Was there strategy in the match? Yes. Was there a lot of high flying, a lot of impact in there? Very high impact and a lot of high flying. So there's going to be people that are just not going to like it. Flat out. And I noticed more than a few people who leave comments below, well, once in a while, that they really don't like the style of AEW. They want more progression. They want more character development. Well, in this match, you get that. It's not the match itself, which, for most, they won't be totally against it. So, seeing that AR Fox really did push well, this guy has been champion 27 defenses, and that is Orange Cassidy. And as much as many people would rather see him move away from the International Championship and maybe go to the TNT title, he is where he is right now because he's still very popular. And it shows the way he does his wrestling. When you see this match, if you liked it, you will say it was an extremely well-constructed match. That you're just going to love the spots. And if I know just Alex, he will love the spots, particularly what happened with AR Fox. But as someone who's trying to see it more than just the spots, I'm seeing it for good match quality. But what happened afterward was more important. Because no matter how much spots you got, the guy that has been on AEW, who has worked with Top Flight, who worked with Dante and Darius Martin, who's worked with Action Andretti, he's worked with all these guys, but he hasn't done anything. Yes, I did my Death Before Dishonor review, and he did have Shane, I can't remember his name, Shane Williams, I believe that's his name. He did a good match, but what did it really give him? Not much. It was a good match on a pay-per-view, but not for a progression of someone who needs it. And what did we get after the match was over? He lost. And as normal, you get Orange Cassidy trying to put him over, put his glasses on. They're going like this, but AR Fox breaks those glasses and decks in Orange Cassidy. Flat out, he was done. But this is where the progression happens, because now you have a division between AR Fox and Darby Allin. Do I believe they rushed it, though, because of what happened with Darby Allin's match with Swerve, which I'll talk about in a minute? Yes, I do believe they rushed it. But in this situation, it doesn't hurt it any more than what it is now, because they needed to do something with Darby, give him something new to really sink his teeth into, as well as give AR Fox something. And the question is going to be, what is AR Fox going to be able to build with that? Now, let's move on to Swerve Strickland versus Darby Allin. I know I can do the pack match. I'm not doing that yet because I got my thoughts on it. But when you see this match of Darby Allin and Swerve, they know each other very well. The Mogul affiliates are doing well. And excuse me. Sorry, couldn't help it. allergies. But seeing this match, you see that they are so familiar with each other. They keep countering each other. You can see that it was well done for what it was. But it was not about the match. Let's make this clear. Yes, Swerve Strickland finally got a win over Darby. More cleaner than he normally would, because there's always been some type of controversy. And even though you have Nick Wayne there, who had already been beaten up, I think that happened on Rampage. So I don't know exactly the full scope of what happened on Rampage, but he did get hurt by Swerve, I believe, on his, what was it, left arm or right arm? I'm not sure. Since I didn't watch it, I haven't had a chance to watch any. When you see this, you go, yeah, this was good progression, because AR Fox came out and interfered with the match without the ref seeing it. He rammed Darby's head into a pole, and the Mogul affiliates won. And then you see AR Fox beating the crap out of both of them. Because, yeah, Swerve did get beat up a little bit by Nick Wayne. He did get beat up a little bit. But I'm not expecting much from him. He just started. It's not how good he is in the ring. It's about what he can build around what he's good in the ring. That's what a true pro wrestler needs to do. You can be as great as you want in the ring, but what can you build around that? And that's what we still need to see with Nick. He's too young in the business. There's just no way to know how far he's going to go. I'm telling you, I don't care what anybody else says. They can say that Nick, I'm not against the kid. I'm not. But he has done nothing yet. And he needs to work around his skills. He needs to work on how he looks in front of a camera, how he acts in front of the camera, how he talks in front of the camera. And can he make the match mean something more than a spot fest or a lot of holds? He needs to learn those skills. Darby Allin has learned that. And now with AR Fox turning heel, going with the mobile affiliates, he's going to get this opportunity working with Darby and working with AR Fox and Swerve. There's just no way they're not going to do that. They are. Let's move on. Let's go to the match that got me upset. Pac versus Gravity. Let me give it to you like this. Was it a good match? Yes. Do I like Gravity? Yeah, I actually like Gravity because he's got a lot of character. He's got more character than most of the luchadors that are on the show. Except for Penta and Rey Fenix. Most of the luchadors on there really don't have a lot of character. Well, next to Luchasaurus, but pretty much he's working with Christian. So he's being muscle at this time instead of being off on his own and really building himself. So I can't really say that he's a well-developed character when he's not. But he is still money if they would do it. But I really do like him. He just has something. It's more than just the moves with him. It's his character that's getting me because he's trying to be a spaceman and pissing off his opponents. So I like that. But here's the thing with Pac. Now, of course, Pac was trying to make him understand that the way you're acting is because of me, Neville. And he's saying, who? Neville. And he's saying, look at me. This is the way you should be looking at. This is the way you should be, because we already know that Gravity had only just recently become a wrestler because he used to do soccer. He asked his brother to help him to become a wrestler because he decided to go down to soccer. He hated the environment and the community of soccer, the way they were working. And he decided to go to pro wrestling like his brother. So it's understandable. This is where Noble, the former Neville, let me give it to you like this. The match was fine, and seeing Pac whoop his ass and scare him right afterward is his character. He is the bastard. But here's the thing. What are they going to do with Pac? I am very worried they're going to do nothing with him. Yes, he's done well when he was with Death Triangle. Yes, he did great with the trios to a certain extent. But what do you do with him by himself? You cannot tell me you can't do anything with him except to throw the International, formerly known as the All-Atlantic Championship. You got to do something. What happened with him and Kenny Omega? What happened with Pac and Kenny Omega? Kenny has not beaten him yet. Kenny, when they first started AEW, got his ass handed to him by Pac. Where is the story there? This is what's getting me. Now, another thing. We got Britt Baker versus Taya Valkyrie. The match that I'm going, what the hell happened there? I'm sure people are going to say that was a good match. No. I looked at that match, and I'm going to tell you right now, I don't know what it was about Britt. Britt was off. If you didn't notice how she tried to brace herself when she went down the ground, she didn't even brace normally. She went flat, and you're supposed to curb yourself. Another time, she telegraphed a lot of her moves compared to Taya. Look, I'm going to tell you this when it comes to Taya Valkyrie. I love the woman. I love her. She's a great wrestler. But you know with Taya, she can telegraph her moves to a certain extent. And usually, she can be good to fix that if she knows that her opponent can fill in the gaps. Here that didn't happen. Since this is the first time we saw them together, it shows that Britt, who won the match, what the hell was that match? There was a lot of botches in that match. Taya couldn't even do most of her moves because Britt wasn't even positioned correctly. I don't know what JD and Just Alex is going to say. They're going to say it was a fine match. How can you say that when you could have seen clearly that Britt was not even close to the position where she's supposed to be? And even when she took a bump, instead of bracing herself, she literally took a hard bump like this instead of bracing herself when she lands like most people. And I've seen her work. When she went up against Saraya, she braced herself. She looked great. She looked crisp. What the hell was this match? It was sloppy. And she still won it. And then I'm going like, what does this mean for Taya then? Why couldn't you allow Taya to win this? And then do something with Taya? Why did Taya have the job here? There was no title, and this wouldn't have hurt Britt. In fact, this would be a good story for her, that she started having a losing streak, and she had to reevaluate herself. You hearing her talk earlier saying, oh, I'm the biggest, the best, the baddest. Pretty much, I'm the champion. I'm the first Owen Hart couple. I'm everything. I'm sorry. I still think Britt has great skill in the ring, and she talks good, and she's still over. But at this point, she needs to go down in the roster and work her way back up, because she's done as far as I'm concerned. This match should have never happened like that, and she should never won it. Moving on. Let me see. What else am I forgetting here? Let me give it to like this. The vid packs they showed for the Tag Eliminator Battle Royal. I believe it's a Tag Eliminator Battle Royal that's coming on what? Is it Collision, I think? Or is it going to be on Rampage? I don't remember. But it was okay. Some of the vid packs they showed was not bad. Seeing like the Jericho Appreciation Society pretty much confronting Chris saying, look, let me get to you like this. They made it very clear. They still cared about him, but he is being selfish, dealing in a different situation instead of being with them. And now they're acting like Jake Hager. They're pretty much saying, we still care about you, but we're not giving you 100 until we know where you are. And you seeing that picture. You seeing Don, Chris, and Bad News Allen, Bad News Brown, as I knew him in WWF. You see that picture. It was a gorgeous picture. But you could tell that Don was supposed to be the one that was the most there. Particularly 2 lines coming from his freaking crotch. He wanted to make sure that he looked the best. Even though Chris was a little bit behind him and then Bad News Allen was there. You can see him going like this. And the energy spewing from his groin. I'll say it's not bad. I'm alright with seeing where they're going to go with Jericho Appreciation Society. Are they going to rename themselves? Are they going to disband? Is Jericho going to go with the Don Callis family? I don't know. I'm curious. At least it's a change. Look, one thing I love about Chris, he knows how to pivot. When he knows that, like, the Inner Circle was done, he knew how to pivot. When it came to Jericho Appreciation Society, he knew how to pivot. He just knew when it's time to pivot and do something new, he knows how to do it. And seeing him as, in a sense, a babyface that's trying to figure himself out and maybe be willing to either leave the team that he created to a team that he was a part of so long ago, is curious. It's interesting. And particularly that Kateska, and when it comes to and you didn't see Sammy, and you didn't see it was interesting that Sammy, as well as I'm thinking about Dan Garcia did a great job when it came to being on ROH. And I'm thinking maybe he should stay there. That's the reason why I'm thinking about him and Daniel should not be a tag team anymore. Daniel Garcia should go to ROH and work there in the pure division for a while. And let Sammy be on the main title. Let him be doing something there. I just feel like that's where they should be for a little while. To change it up. That's just me. What else we want to talk about? Look, the FTR segment was fine. Seeing that MJF and let me give it to you like this. I knew it was coming when it came to Robert Strom. He was going to confront Adam as well as MJF. He was going to confront them. And hearing that Adam said, I was not expecting to have friend in you. I didn't expect it. Yeah, the promo that MJF did was good. I liked it. But hearing Adam talk as a straight babyface, pretty much saying, look, I never expected to be friends with you. I wasn't looking for it. But, dude, I consider you now a friend and a close friend. I care about you. And now hearing that MJF was willing to give him a title shot when he wasn't asking, good. Because there's still the story of possibly one of them screwing over the other. Because there's no way that Adam Cole couldn't screw over MJF to manipulate him to give him that title shot, or MJF is going to screw over Adam and totally destroy him. You never know. And then with Robert Strom coming in, basically seeing that, like FTR was saying that you cannot trust a damn snake like an MJF, it's fine. But then seeing that Adam is saying to Robert, look, I love you. You're my brother. But I have another friend. You're being possessive. Please stop. And then when he's trying to grab him, he says, boundaries. Now you got the flip. And now you could see where this might go. This may be MJF about to screw over Adam. Not Adam screwing over MJF. Unless they are going to do that little twist at the end. You never know. Final match. If I'm forgetting anything, I'm sorry. Final match will be a triple threat. Blackpool Combat Club, Lucha Brothers, as well as Best Friends. It was very chaotic. Which is not surprising. They like doing that. Was it a good match? It was fine. It was okay. I'm not going to tell you that I hated it. And I'm not going to tell you that I loved it. It was alright. But the thing that was interesting, seeing that because it was no DQ. Seeing that Orange came out because he wanted to get his hands on Mox. And he knocked out Yuta for a moment. And then with that Mox, and then Best Friend's job to the Lucha Brothers, was an interesting situation. And after it was all over, seeing that the Blackpool Combat Club still cannot get it done in the ring. Because they've been losing lately, and there's no Bryan Danielson, it makes you wonder how long they're going to keep the team together and they're about to break up. Maybe. Or are we going to get Bryan Danielson coming back, start smacking a bitch, and telling everybody get back on the same damn page? That is something we need to find out. I don't know where Bryan Danielson is. Is he on a vacation? Is he injured? I don't know. You guys can tell me below. I have not checked. I'm telling you, I didn't check to see Bryan Danielson has been hurt. I don't think he is. He just took some time off, I think. I think he took some time to take a rest. Or just to be with his wife and kids. So I don't know. But seeing this, I do believe he's coming back before the pay-per-view in September. That's why I think it would be the best time. When they're over in Europe. But that's just me. And I will say that this is going to be interesting for Dynamite 200. Seeing that you're going to have Moxley, Trent, and Penta doing a triple threat on there. I don't know if it's going to be great, but it will be interesting to see what they're going to put in a story. Hopefully. Peace.